That's a really good question. The question is, how do you stay healthy when your in-laws are not healthy, when they either attack you or engage in other unhealthy communication patterns? And what do you do if your partner is getting a lot of backlash from their family because of their relationship with you? That's a really good question. The question is, how do you stay healthy when your in-laws are not healthy, when they either attack you or engage in other unhealthy communication patterns? One of the first things you have to decide is how important the relationship is. If they're your in-laws, if they're your partner's parents or siblings, then that's a pretty important relationship and is probably worth taking steps to make it as healthy as it can be. In general, you want to make sure that you're not the limiting factor in how healthy a relationship can be. And so what that looks like is trying to get the other person to engage in being healthy with you. So if they attack, then instead of getting defensive or withdrawing like we want to, the first thing you want to do is to try to have a conversation with them about what's happened to see if you can resolve the conflict and maybe change the dynamic a little bit, which can be really tough if you're talking to your spouse's parents or something. Healthy communication is about effectively getting a message from one person to the other. And sometimes you're the quarterback and it's your job to try to get the message to the other person. And sometimes you're the receiver where it's your job to try to receive the message accurately. And the skill is a little bit different depending on whether you're the quarterback or the receiver. But in general, any message has three components that make it up. Every single message is made up of a behavior or the subject matter that we're talking about, how the person feels about that behavior, and why they feel that way. I use a dumb little acronym, BFW, to help me keep that in mind and to help my clients keep that in their minds. And so if you can think about the effective communication is getting all three of those components effectively from one person to the next. And so if somebody is throwing a fastball at your head, they're not delivering that message or those three components very well. Even if they don't engage well with you, you can communicate effectively by trying to clarify those three things. As an example, that might look something like, okay, let me make sure that I'm hearing you correctly. It sounds to me like you're saying that you think that our decision to try to have another kid right now is a bad one. That's the behavior. That's the B that we're talking about. And it sounds to me like you're worried because of that decision that we're making. So that's the feeling, is the worry, because you're worried that we're not in a financial situation to be able to support another child right now. So even if they have been attacking in that message or whatever, I can still stay in my upper brain and reflect back that message in an effective way to try to steer the conversation in a healthy direction. So really good question. What do you do if your partner is getting a lot of backlash from their family because of their relationship with you? That's a really difficult situation to be in because, one, you want your in-laws to like you. We all want to feel valued, especially by the people who are important in our lives. And so it's really hard when you feel like your in-laws don't really like you or value you, and especially if they're discouraging of your relationship with their son or their daughter. And so what you want to do is, one, you want to be really supportive of your partner. Be a safe place so that they don't, no more than they have to, feel like they have to choose between being loyal to you and being loyal to them. One of the best things to do in any situation is to clearly and overtly address the elephant in the room. Being able to talk to the in-laws or would-be in-laws in a situation like that is by far the healthiest thing to do, to try to address overtly the concerns that they have. Most people, when they're trying to address concerns without going to the person, that they typically do that because they either are not very healthy themselves or they don't know how to communicate effectively. And when you address the elephant in the room, it tends to really disempower it. When you're the daughter-in-law or the son-in-law, it's really hard to address those kinds of issues with your in-laws because you're naturally in a one-down position in those relationships. There tends to be a power differential generationally when you're the kid talking to, and you could be 40 and still be the kid, right? Because then the parents are 65 or whatever. And so there's a power differential, and so it can be really difficult. And having an open communication about that can be a really powerful tool to help equalize the power differential in that relationship. Because in adulthood, age does not need to mean a difference in power. And so by addressing the elephant in the room, you can equalize that and openly address whatever concerns they have, instead of putting your partner in the position of trying to advocate for you. If you find yourself in similar situations, we have tons of resources in our Core Advantage program to give you executable tools to help you be able to learn what to do and then have the support and the know-how and the practice to be able to incorporate healthy principles into your life and relationships.